Hi, it's Carter, man. It's Wednesday. I want to emphasize the fact that our government is still absolutely 100% plus intent upon maintaining total fascist control over the American people. Okay, now there are 1,000,001 indications of this. All of Biden's executive orders and his mandates, his mouthing the words democracy, democracy. And as I've said, if he really wanted a democracy, do you think the majority of Americans want us to send $200 billion to Zelensky and $700 to people whose homes burned in Florida while he lounged on the beach? Not very democratic. I don't think most of us wanted that. Do most of us want to have our gas stoves taken away and our electric heaters? I don't think so. So the democracy stuff is just a fascist scam. But there's another one that I saw today that I want to give you a word of warning about. I had to go to the bank with my wife, and they had the CDC poster up, okay? Now, you might have thought that the danger from the fascist mandates of the past, I'm not going to go into detail because then YouTube won't let me post this and Facebook won't let it be put up. But I want you to know that none of that is past. It's in a respite right now until they can figure out a way to impose it all again. Now, how can I be so sure that? Well, there was the poster, the CDC poster. Now, to me, the CDC should be an organization that recommends which vegetables you eat. Remember, they used to have the little vegetable pyramid or whatever it was, and that's it. Other than that, leave us the hell alone, please. You're a bunch of bureaucrats, a bunch of overpaid bureaucrats down there with, fascist tendencies. Well, more than tendencies, we know now. So their poster, and what does their poster say? Now, this should just be a warning to you about what they really have in store for us again as soon as they can possibly figure out a way to impose it. And remember, the Supreme Court, the Roberts Court, with their compelling interest doctrine, gave the CDC the right to impose anything they want on the American people, to shred the Constitution. Well, here's what the poster said. Now, brace yourself for this. This is the height of fascist absurdity. It had little pictures there with all these things. If you sneeze, go wash your hands. If you sneeze, go wash your hands. Every time you sneeze. Now, I want you to think about that. That's what the CDC fascist bureaucrats have said that you need to do, and when they get the chance, they'll once again say you must do. Of course, the 6 feet. Stand 6 feet from everybody. It'll be a little tough to procreate that way, but that's what the CDC wants. Wear a cloth mask everywhere. Now, I'm not talking, this is not a poster that was left up from the days of what I cannot mention. This poster is up now, full color, front and center in public places. I saw it at the bank. Wear your cloth mask. Wear your slave mask. Okay, if you feel sick, stay home from work and go to the doctor. Let's see now. They're bureaucrats protected by every government feather-bedding rule on the face of the earth. But they can stay home as much as they want. It doesn't affect them. But I'll bet you have a certain number of sick days you have, right? But the CDC says if you have a tummy ache, stay home. If you have watery eyes, stay home. Runny nose, stay home. If you just feel run down, maybe you have a cold, stay home. Well, they're bureaucrats, they don't care. But with you either lose your pay or your job, one or the other. That's how far out of touch the government is. Fascism was never known for having a kind heart. Here's the final one I'm going to read to you. Do not touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Folks, I am not making this up. This is an official document from the Centers for Disease Control. Okay? Okay, the medical Gestapo. I'm sorry. It's just frightening. That's just frightening. I mean, it's funny, but it's also frightening that that's where our government is now. And remember, at any minute, on a whim, at will, they can make all that mandatory again. So, folks, just be prepared to fight back. It's not over by a long shot. By a long shot. Okay? Today they lay the groundwork. Tomorrow they drop the ceiling on you. Okay? So we got to fight it every step of the way. Make sure to tell your congressman, do not let that happen to us again. Okay? Make sure to make that clear to all of them. And be forceful about it, because if you don't, that bunch under McCarthy, you know, they're going to surrender at every front. I imagine they already do all these things in McCarthy's office. So we got to fight back, folks. We got to fight back at every turn. Don't let up. Don't let up, because they're not going to. Okay, let's do this thing.